We're looking at Acts chapter 2 and verse 42 and the opening statement, they devoted themselves. If we speak English, as I do, or any other language for that matter, as our first language, we have to remember that the Bible that we read is a translation, and many times it helps us to go back and look at the original Greek in the case of the New Testament and open up words and see what that is saying to us. And it's helpful in this particular instance as we look at the word devoted. The word devoted is made up of two words. The first word is towards, and it's used intensively. And the second word is to be strong. It means to endure in and to persevere. And from that, as we look at that simple statement in English, they devoted themselves, we can open it up and we can see exactly what sort of church God is looking for. And remember that when we talk about the church collectively, corporately, that is just merely a reflection of the individuals that make it up. So the church that we belong to will only be as good or as effective as the individuals that constitute that particular body of people. So what sort of church is God looking for? Well, first of all, we see that God is looking for a committed church. It tells us that they devoted themselves. They didn't just start something, but they saw it through. And that's what we find with the early church. Enthusiasm is good, and it's great that we can have enthusiasm, but we need more than just enthusiasm. We need commitment. Enthusiasm will birth something, it will start something, but we need commitment to see it through into fruition. Just as an example, surfing the internet, even church websites. You can visit many church websites that are attractive and well presented, but unfortunately they're out of date. And in some instances, as I've been surfing the net and coming across church websites, information, dates, forthcoming meetings are often a year or in some cases 2 years out of date. What probably happened is that someone started a website, started with enthusiasm, updated it on a regular basis for a short time, and then let it slip. We need enthusiasm, yes, but we need commitment. Commitment will see it through. So the first thing that we say is that God is looking for a committed church. Secondly, we can see that God is looking for a passionate church. The word that we're looking at, devoted, is towards. It's used intensively, as we've said. It's good to not only have commitment, but to have passion as well. Commitment on its own can sometimes be a hard slog. Commitment on its own can sometimes be very dry. We need passion. In fact, it's being passionate that puts the smile on commitment as we serve God. We often talk about people who are stubborn, people who stick at their guns, people who dedicate themselves to something, and no matter what, no matter how wrong they are, no matter how ineffective they are, they stick to it purely and simply because they said they would do it. So commitment, as we say, on its own is not enough. We need to be passionate, because passion communicates to those around us. We can have a church of commitment, a church where people turn up every week, week in, week out, without fail. But unless we're passionate, we will never be attractive to those that we're trying to reach. So commitment on its own is not enough. We need to have commitment, yes, but we need to be a people of passion, passionate for God, passionate for the gospel. That's why we need to be with people of like mind. It's so easy to lose our joy, to lose our enthusiasm. We can still be committed, but we need to have passion and enthusiasm as we serve the Lord. And thirdly, from that statement, they devoted themselves. We can see that we need to be a people that are focused. God is looking for a focused church. He's looking for a committed church. He's looking for a passionate church. But he's looking for a focused church. The word, as we saw at the beginning, means to be strong towards, to be focused, to have a goal, a vision, an aim. We can be committed, we can be passionate, and yet we can still not have a vision, something that we're working towards. There are very often people in life that we encounter that are excited, that are effervescent, that are bubbly, but they're not particularly passionate about anything in particular, just everything in general. And as believers, we need to be focused on God. We need to be focused on the kingdom. We need to be focused on the things that he's doing in our lives. So yes, we need to be committed, and we definitely need to be passionate, but we need to be focused. There needs to be an object of our passion. There needs to be an object of our commitment, and that's where focus comes in. And as we continue in this series on Acts 2, the church, we will look next at those things that we need to be focused on, those things that we need to be passionate about, those things that we need to be committed to.